Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sens Buzz. We're doing something new today, alright? Obviously, long format, horizontal format. We're doing something a little different, right? We're going to be talking about Dylan Cozens, and especially Dylan Cozens on the wing. Now, why are we talking about Dylan Cozens? I want to talk about Dylan Cozens today because he's doing something crazy at the IIHF World Championship. He's playing on the wing for once, right? I don't want to say it's the first time in his career because, I feel like in Buffalo, no, even in Buffalo, I have a feeling that he pushed Tage out to the wing, right? So, for the first time in his life, he's playing with Celebrini and Crosby right now. He's moved up onto that line, by the way, and he's playing on the wing. But what I really wanted to focus in on is how well he's doing on the wing. Right now with Team Canada, he's got 6 points in 7 games played in the group stage. Team Canada plays Team USA eventually in the quarterfinals. I don't know when that is, right? But the key thing I wanted to talk about is, can he play the wing for the Ottawa Senators, right? I put out a tweet the other day where I was literally just talking about, Dylan Cozens as a center, really good, all right? Even if he gets deeper into our defensive zone, he's being a little bit more responsible. He's helping out with some body checking, right? He's throwing the body around, being a little bit more responsible. That's great. That's great for his game, right? But we saw this all year. How freaking good was he on the forecheck? Right? Him, Brady, and really Greg. That was an identity line for the Ottawa Senators this year. For a lot of the year. Dylan Cozens might be a natural center, but I have a feeling that there's something that can be unlocked on the wing for him, all right? And I'm not saying, look, completely understand, we don't have a Crosby, we don't have a Celebrini on our team, but we do have a Tim Stützle, all right? And Tim Stützle, I don't care how much you hate on him, he is turning into one of the premier NHL centermen in this league, but he needs 2 really good wingers next to him, just like everyone else. Just like anybody else in the league, he needs good wingers with him, right? He got Drake Batherson to 75 points, Tim Stützle did, right? Dylan Cozens could fill in a role on the wing that the Sens crucially need, right? So, let's head over to Puckpedia real quick, all right? I got the lines loaded, right? We got a little Dylan Cozens on the right wing. This is where he's playing with, this would be Celebrini and Crosby, or Celebrini here, Crosby here. And they've inverted a little bit because Celebrini is taking wrist shots from Dylan Cozens' wing, and Cozens, he's forechecking on the right wing too. So he's a very smart player. Dylan Cozens is a very smart player. A lot of people be saying Dylan Cozens hockey IQ. Actually, I'm a little bit guilty of this too. When I say Dylan Cozens hockey IQ might not exactly be there, but when you play with someone as smart as Crosby and Celebrini, Cozens has been really freaking he's forechecking on that side. He knows when to move over to the left side, let Celebrini come in on the left, and just start sniping it. So, here's the thing. Tim Stützle needs a sniper. Let me double check my work, right? If I go to the NHL stats, I go by shots. Brady Tkachuk led this team in shots. Dylan Cozens was right there in second. He had 200 shots this year, right? What else? Who else was okay, so Timmy had 194, Drake Batherson 167, Shane Pinto had 157, Giroux had 138, Zetterlund had 132, Ridley Gregg had 129. So as Zetterlund, Gregg, and Giroux, these guys were playing with the other side of the other wing all year, right? Dylan Cozens had 70 more shots than he did, and he was doing that center. Dylan Cozens starts his forecheck so far up the ice, like I wanted him to, right? I suggested that, if Dylan Cozens is already such a menace on the forecheck, starting all the way back in our zone, imagine if you started that forecheck even higher, right? Imagine how much of a pest he can be against other people's defensive cores, right? These defensemen, Cozens is fast, he's big as heck, he throws the body finally, right? So I was just wondering, maybe Dylan Cozens could play up here on the right wing. All right, so what the lines would look like, right? I got Dylan Cozens here. If we play Dylan Cozens on the right, immediately, Shane Pinto, $7.5 million, first year of his contract. We need him to start getting 50, 60 points, honestly. You can't be You can't be doing 7.5. You can't be making $7.5 million on that third line, right? You're in the first year of your contract. I want Shane Pinto there. What that does, it opens up a spot for Stephen Halliday too, right? On the third line, where he belongs, where he can produce with players who are pretty good in the NHL already, right? Now, what can we do on the wing? So if we move Warren Fogle down, we can move Ridley Gregg down to the third line. And I love that for Ridley Gregg. We could also move Brady Tkachuk up here, right? All of a sudden you got Brady, Timmy, and Cozens. If you need a goal, that's what you do, right? You throw these three guys out there and you pray for the best. But if we want to keep them separated, because Brady Tkachuk and Shane Pinto, they've had success in the past, right? We can even bring Drake Batherson up here. Because, what, Claude Giroux played the right wing this year? Drake Batherson played on the left and he set career highs, right? You can do something like that. Or you can even, what you can even do is bring Timmy, Cozens down the middle, Drake Batherson up, right? But Timmy hasn't played the left. I don't think that's what we want to do, right? So let's keep Cozens there. Let's keep Timmy there. Let's keep Batherson there. All of a sudden, hell up, right? We haven't even touched anything. We haven't signed anybody yet. We got Batherson, Timmy, and Cozens on the first line. You give Timmy a shooter, right? Drake Batherson, who has chemistry with both Timmy and Dylan Cozens. All of a sudden, they're playing all together, right? Now that leaves Brady Tkachuk and Shane Pinto. Okay, so you got a defensive anchor, Shane Pinto. You got Brady Tkachuk, who's Brady Tkachuk. All of a sudden, that right wing too, you can get away with the Claude Giroux. You can bring Claude Giroux back, and you don't have to really add anything up here, right? Or you could, what you could do is, I got Hayden Hodgson and Curtis McDermott here. They're all under contract. So is Fabian Zetterlund. What if we move Michael Amadio down, right? Claude Giroux can come in. We got $16 million, right? Claude Giroux, he signed 2.5 last year with some bonuses. I think we can do that again this year, right? He didn't go down in production. He produced the same thing. So I give him $2.5 million again, right? All of a sudden you're at 14, maybe $13.6 million, right? $13.6 million. You still need a shooter to play with Brady and Shane Pinto, even though Pinto can rip it. But I like what we wanted from Dylan Cozens, right? Someone who's more responsible, someone who plays a little deeper right now. He's big, he's all these things. Shane Pinto can do that. I think Shane Pinto, for what this line needed, that's the other thing. You go Ridley Gregg in the top six, Claude Giroux there, Warren Fogle up. But I think what the Ottawa Senators need is, I think the Ottawa Senators do need a sniper to play right there. Claude Giroux there. You got a fourth liner. What do you do with Fabian Zetterlund? You can use Fabian Zetterlund as a trade piece somewhere, right? I mean, we still need depth. I mean, could you do that? Could you do this, 2.5, and then you have $12 million to sign a top six right winger? That could be Bobby McMahon from the sounds of it. I don't really like Bobby McMahon, but hey, Bobby McMahon keeps getting linked to Ottawa. This is the thing, though. Dylan Cozens playing on the right wing solves a lot of issues. We don't have to trade Stephen Halliday. I mean, we could go Fabian Zetterlund there too, but Travis Green does not want to play Fabian Zetterlund for some reason. So, again, Giroux's gone. Amadio, I don't mind there. We need a sniper. That just improves our depth, man. Like, having Ridley Gregg and Stephen Halliday on your third line, like, that's pretty good. Warren Fogle, too. You can move Warren Fogle up, right? But I do think we need... I mean... Like, even when I'm looking at it like this, right? Like, how do we get trades going in here, right? Yeah, let's trade Zetterlund away, and let's say that we got a third from the Kings, bro. The third round pick that we traded for Warren Fogle. Let's make that trade right here, right? Like, let's say we get a third round pick for Fabian Zetterlund, who almost scored 20, right? I don't even know if he scored 20. Trade completed with LA. There you go. Now we've got $20 million to play with, right? No Fabian Zetterlund. Got Hayden Hodgson who can go here. We need a fourth line center, but we saw it in Eller for 1.1. I think we do that again. We could go get someone for 1.5, right? Even Stephen Halliday, we did that at times, but then do you really want to... I mean, you could go Ridley Gregg down the middle, and all of a sudden, you still have a center core that's really nice. Dylan Cozens. You got Claude Giroux on the right wing there. You got Warren Fogle up. You can go Curtis McDermott here. I kind of like Hayden Hodgson. This is going to be a fourth line. You can go Nick Cozens there too, right? Nick Cozens, Halliday, and Amadio. Not bad. Giroux here. Find someone there. But you also need to go get a defenseman, right? Because Jensen's not there. There's things that we can do here in Ottawa. I'm just saying Dylan Cozens has shown a lot of really good things. A lot of really good tools, a lot of really good hockey sense. He's shown that he can forecheck, he can strive, while smarter players are doing some, I'll say, the harder work, right? Like maybe they're playing a little bit more defensive, like Tim Stützle has started to do, right? Maybe Drake Batherson and Dylan Cozens don't really work. Maybe Cozens and Stützle can do what Celebrini and Crosby are doing for Drake Batherson too, right? I kind of like that idea. I like the idea of Pinto moving up to center. I like the idea of really Greg back at center, right? There's so many guys under contract. Like, we even traded Fabian Zetterlund. We got $20 million more to play with, right? You got to get Giroux signed. You got to get, you got to get a fourth line. You got to get something for the fourth line, right? It could be Stephen Halliday. It could be whatever. We need another fourth liner. That could be Nick Cozens. Let's say that's $4 or $5 million. You got $15 million to try to get a second line winger. Bobby McMahon, maybe $6 million. Do you want to do that? Then how much left do you have for right D? I don't know. 6, 15, $9 million. But do we spend all the way to the cap? I don't know that either. Right? Do you go all in? Do we go all in? Is this the year you go all in for Brady Tkachuk? But, like, what do you do with Carter Yakimchuk then? Are we just saying, are we making an investment right now? And then, I mean, we got Jordan Spence, too. Jordan Spence isn't there on the right side. I just forgot about that. We need a goalie. We do need a goalie. Lots of things to do here for the Ottawa Senators. I hope you guys enjoyed this longer video. I had fun making this, bro. I love just talking and rambling. I'm going to edit this to however I see fit. I might make some clips out of this. Let me know if you guys like listening to me just ramble about the Ottawa Senators, looking at lines and stuff. Maybe I might do this more often. Who knows? I got the toys to do this. I got the time to do this right now. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. We on Facebook now, baby. Follow me on TikTok. Yo, sub to the YouTube. What you doing? Sub here, bro. I'll keep making more videos as long as people keep watching them, alright? That's it. I've been Cezens. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Ah!